But let me come to this story which has been haunting me since 2015. You know, and I've answered it, I think, over 1,000 times, Mr. Speaker. And that was after Garissa University, unfortunately, one of the most lowest moments in my life as a member of parliament, where 143 innocent, promising young Kenyans lost their life. And I was with the whole leadership of Northern Kenya, whether they are governors, senators, members of the cabinet, and I was reading a statement on their behalf, and what we said was, and I still will say today, is that we urged our communities, because the communities' roles are very important in the war against terror, that the communities must come out and must help government and must help the security agencies in identifying among the communities or among their neighborhood or when they come across the border, or who are the financial. So we're urging the communities to play their role. But of all the media houses, KTN decided to twist that and said Honorable Duale is going to name the financials within 30 days. I have no capacity. And I don't have the constitutional mandate to investigate who are financials. That is, I think, the job of the Director General of National Intelligence, General Kamweru. So I think going forward, that question can be answered. I mean, I don't have the capacity. Then there's a question of Honorable Ndai on what the general in Uganda have said. I want to make it clear that KDF shows posture. KDF believes in diplomacy, and our country believes in diplomacy. And our country does not react to tweets. We react to official government position. And I'm sure the same general has other tweets later. So I think KDF had no role to respond to that. Those who want to know the capability and the posture of Kenyan Defense Forces, they showed it in KDF Day last week. They will show it during Mashujaa Day, the way they do in other days. So I think let's treat the tweets of the general with the contempt it deserves. We should not bother. And I think the Kenyan people on Twitter dealt with the general before even Foreign Affairs and KDF were to come in. Honorable Mbui, I think you need to, because you have a background of a general, your grandfather was a general, just like in a way my father-in-law was a general, and we went to the same school, but you have limitation in the Somali language, Honorable Mbui. I think you need to go and view and get a good translator. The same statement I made in Somali, in Isli, Mr. Speaker and Chair, was again misrepresented by one of the media houses I don't want to mention, but I don't think I am that reckless. I have served the people of Kenya in various capacity, and I don't think I will, and I have not discriminated. I am ready to work and protect the people of Kenya, defend them as per the Constitution. But, Mr. Speaker, if I just go back to the issue of, which I didn't answer well, on the militarization of civil service. If you look at Article 4 of the Constitution, it says Kenya is a multi-party democracy. So the military and the defense have their place in the Constitution. And that is why, again, Mr. Speaker, it says KDF must work within the national values in Article 10, Sub-Article 2, in Article 232, Sub-Article 2, and public service values, and in Article 238, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution. And all of those values give KDF its place. So let me make it here that I think it was wrong to bring Kenyan defense, the generals, to run civilian authorities like NMS have a devolved function, like Kenya Meat Commission, which will need to look at it, you know, that you cannot just wake up one morning and remove a general from the barrack and bring him. Mr. Speaker, if that is not checked, then you'll find a general who will become the clerk of the National Assembly, or the registrar of the judiciary becoming a general or a colonel. And I think going forward, not only the military, Mr. Speaker, the DCI personnel, the intelligence officers were put everywhere in our country in the last 4 years. And I'm sure the new administration, when it is completely constituted, we will ask everybody, particularly if I speak for KDF, everybody to go back to where his place and space is within the Constitution. If your place is the legislature, be at the legislature. If your place is at the barracks, be at the barracks. If your place is at the National Intelligence Service, be at the National Intelligence Service. Unless you're called to do extra service in the course of duty of the nation.